Okay, for the assignments for this week, we're going to be looking at function notation, evaluating functions, and evaluating functions from a graph. So evaluating from an equation and then also from a graph. So just a few definitions here. If you're looking at the real numbers, then that means the entire number line is what you're talking about in both directions from up to infinity and to negative infinity. A relation is a set of ordered pairs, so any set of ordered pairs makes up a relation. A function is a relation where every first coordinate has exactly one second coordinate, and it must pass the vertical line test. So for example, if my graph on the xy axis is a parabola, looks like that, that would pass the vertical line test. If it's a sideways parabola, looks like that, that does not pass the vertical line test, so that is not a function. The definition's domain is the replacement set for all the x values or independent variable. Okay, so every ordered pair on this parabola, so every point has both an x and a y coordinate. If I list every single x coordinate, that represents the domain. If I list every single y coordinate, then that represents the range. So now, when you're talking about function notation, normally we look at graphs in terms of x and y. So like y equals 2x plus 4. If I were to write that in function notation, that looks like this. F of x equals 2x plus 4. Okay, this was created by a mathematician named Euler. He used function notation so that you could evaluate at any given value of x. For example, if I asked you what is f of 2, that would just mean you put 2 in for x and evaluate. So you get 4 plus 4, so you get 8. So part of the assignment, you're going to be evaluating functions. Now we're talking about graphs on a rectangular coordinate system. And just to review that a little bit, a rectangular coordinate system has two axes. We use generic x and y-axes, but if you're talking about an application, you might be talking about distance and time, for example. But we have an origin, which has the ordered pair of 0, 0, and we have quadrants. Here's the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So now the first part of the assignment is evaluating, and the function can be named by any lowercase letter. Okay, so the function g is written g of x equals negative 2x plus 5. So if I'm finding g of 2, then I'm going to put 2 in for x, multiply, so I get negative 4 plus 5, which is 1. So g of 2 is 1. Okay, so that would be the ordered pair, 2, 1. If I'm looking at function h, and I put in 2, and that would be negative 2 plus 2. That would give me 0. So 2, 0 is that ordered pair. You're also going to be evaluating functions. Oh, I don't know why that's so low. On a graph. So here they're asking you to determine the value of x when f of x, remember f of x is the same as y. So when the y value is 2, what is the x value? So when I look at A, B, C, and D, and I'm looking at these ordered pairs, I can see that this ordered pair is 2, 0. This ordered pair is 4, negative 2. This ordered pair is 1, negative 8. And this ordered pair is negative 3, 2. Okay, so which one has a y value of 2? Well, that would be A, and the x value is negative 3. Look at another one. Where is the y value 1? Well, that would be C, and the x value is 5 there, so that's the answer. Oops, I shouldn't have moved that. Okay, so the answer was right there. All right. Find the value of f of 7. Okay, so they're saying x is 7. What is y? So if I go over to 7 and go down, it looks to me like 7, -2 is the point. Find the value of f of -5. So I'm going to go to -5 and determine the y coordinate. So I go over to -5, which is here, but then I have to go up to the graph. So -5, 3 is the value. So 3 is the y coordinate. All right, so you're going to go to Delta Math and do all of the November 16th assignments. There's 3 assignments there. And what is this puzzle? X marks the spot. Reach out if you have questions.